Well, let's march on then, everybody. Big off season for both of us. Big off season. Of course, we've seen the bracket. Let's take a look, though, at how the season panned out. We'll leave the standings a bit of a... Well, honestly, it doesn't really matter because of the lottery system, what the standings were. We are going to have the same odds, but we can take a look at some player stats. Taking a look at Chat's Cavaliers first. You got Roy Hinson averaging 17 points a game. Derek Smith was on 16. Perkins at 10.2 and Lister just under 10. Rodman 8.4. Manute Bol at 7.9. 8.4 rebounds for Hinson. Lister was up there. Smith. Bol was also out-rebounded. Top assist man was Quinn Buckner. For the Bulls, Orlando Woolridge and his band of merry men. We got Hot Rod Williams and Hot Rod Higgins. Our rebound leaders, Tree Rollins, Hot Rod, and Woolridge. Dude, I can't find a way to trade Orlando Woolridge, and it's killing me. It is killing me. So let's see how the playoffs pan out. We'll go through round one, as we have Dallas and LA, LA, San Antonio, New Jersey, and Atlanta. Second year in a row at the 1 seed falls in the first round. Boston and Detroit. So Jordan and the Bullets are out. Mavericks, Lakers, Celtics, and Nets in the Final Four. Mavericks and Celtics in the finals as the Mavericks look to go back-to-back. With Olajuwon at the helm, they win game 1. Celtics take game 2. Celtics take game 3. Mavs game 4. Mavs game 5. Going to game 7 for the second year in a row. The Mavericks of the Celtics. It is the Dallas Mavericks. 2 straight years of winning in game 7 in the finals. This time they beat the Celtics as Mark Aguirre, the Aguirre, has won Finals MVP. I was not expecting that for Mr. Aguirre. 22 points, though, 6 rebounds. Goddamn. There you go. We are in the era of the Dallas Mavericks, man. That team could potentially dominate for a very, very long time. Again, Aguirre, Olajuwon, Ellis. The only thing that's going to stop them is cap trouble. That team is fucking ridiculous. That team is fucking ridiculous. Holy hell. All right. In terms of retirements, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is gone. Bob Lanier, Fred Brown, Truck Robinson, Foots Walker, Dan Issel, Mike Bratz. It's actually Bratz. He's just a big fan of sausage. Hall of Fame inductees. Can you believe it? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to the Hall of Fame. Unbelievable. Also has his jersey retired by both Milwaukee and Los Angeles. Paul Westfall's number 44 retired by the Suns, and Bob Lanier's 16 for the Pistons. Historic changes, nothing major. Uniform and floor for the Bucks, uniform for Golden State. So the first year without any major changes in between seasons. No new rules for the league meetings. We'll leave that as it is. So it brings us to the draft lottery. The first really interesting one. Oh my God, you still don't have your first overall. I thought you had your first round pick back this year. That's next year. Jesus Christ, never mind, chat. Well, I have a chance. I hope you can be happy for me, chat. I hope you can be happy for me. Dude, if the Mavericks get 3 straight first overall picks because of that pre-existing trade that you start off with, that you elected to start off with because you picked the Cavs, then holy hell. Let's find out. I'm expecting 7th overall for yours truly. Yep, there it is. Got fucked over just like you guys did last year. The Mavericks did not win this year. They'll have the 6th overall pick. The Sacramento Kings will have the 1st overall selection. as you guys will have the 16th overall pick thanks to the Clippers, and the 12th overall pick thanks to San Antonio. So a couple of mid-round selections, and I got the 7th overall. Good to know. Oh boy, our lottery luck is going to continue to be rough, isn't it? Sacramento, first overall, selects Len Bias. There you go. Let's keep a close eye on Len, please. The New York Knicks at 2 select Brad Daugherty, which makes sense. Chris Daugherty. The Houston Rockets at 3 pick up point guard Mark Price. It's a good pick for them. Golden State at 4 are going to trade the pick. No, they take Dennis Rodman. Fuck, I don't even get Dennis Rodman. Come on. Sacramento's up again at number 5 as they select Arvydas Sabonis. Holy shit. Great draft for them. And Dallas at 6 take Chuck Person. A forward, but not a power forward. So I'm going to have like Jeff Hornacek on the board, which is good. I'd have to get a hell of a trade offer. Drazen's technically going to be there too. Kenny Walker. I got some decent players. Chuck does look terrible. Or miserable, you're not wrong. He also looks terrible. No trade offers. So for me, Ron Harper, Kenny Walker. It projected Chris Washburn as number 1 earlier this year. Del Curry, John Sally, Scott Skiles. I mean, maybe the game just horrifically underrated Jeff Hornacek, but, I mean, statistically, he was the best player in this draft. Kevin Duckworth, Drazen. I don't know if the game rated Drazen all that highly. I mean, Ron Harper might be a beast in this game. I don't know, but I gotta hedge my bets. I think I gotta hedge my bets here and go with the guy that I know should be good. Whether or not they made him good, I don't know. But I'm going for Jeff Hornacek. He's the guy. He is the guy. Atlanta at 8 take Del Curry. Indiana at 9 take Ron Harper. Sonics at 10 they traded the pick again. Well, at least you can't trade the pick and miss out on Patrick Ewing this year, you idiots. But they did just trade 2 first-rounders for World B. Free in a second. Nothing like picking up World B. Free to pair with Patrick Ewing. Oh, wait. Sacramento takes Kenny Walker. Dude, what a draft for Sacramento. Holy shit. Phoenix at 11. Scott Skiles. And that brings up Chat's Cavs at 12. However, you are getting trade offers here, and it might be worth considering. Best players left in this draft, like Johnny Newman, Nate McMillan, John Sally, Kevin Duckworth, Drazen Petrovic still there. It might be worth considering this. Now, Tyrone Corbin, probably not going to be worth it, but we'll take a look at his grades. Yeah, C potential, he's terrible. Junior Bridgman, you'd have to give up an extra first. It's not worth it at all. Future first from the Bullets, but Darren Day isn't anything special. A future first from Boston with a second, but tough to tell if they'll be that bad in the future. Paquette, you'd get a first rounder in the future, and Craig Hodges. Hey, he's 26. He's already what he is. Whitman and Richard Anderson, not going to be anything special. Larry Drew. You knew you couldn't go through a draft without getting a fucking Larry Drew offer, right? Phil Hubbard and Rory Sparrow, that's not worth it at all. Your 2 first-round picks this year for the Lakers' next 2 firsts. Odds are, though, those 2 picks are lower than what you're getting here. 2 firsts for Darwin Cook in a second. Bill Hanslick, I mean, he's 28. George Johnson and Granville Waiters. Future first from the Pistons with a second. It's also a pretty big risk. Alan Lavelle, 29. Sly Williams is 28. Scott Skiles. If you like Scott Skiles more than the likes of Drazen Petrovic, I mean, that's the trade to make. Skiles already selected in this draft, the pick before yours. Scott Skiles is there. You'd also get Reggie King as a rando tack-on. He's making a good amount of money. That's why they want to get rid of the Reggie King cap. You guys probably can't afford to take on that cap space, but the Suns are looking to make a move, and then the Blazers are offering a future first. So you could take the trade for Skiles or look at drafting someone like Drazen Petrovic. What do you guys think? What do you think? It is true. That is true. You have the 16th overall pick. You could end up with Drazen there. You never know. Any disagreements on taking the Skiles? Any disagreement on taking the Scott Skiles trade? Sorry to squatting fish, but you might be overruled here. Going once. Twice. All right. 12th overall. Heading to Phoenix for Scott Skiles and Reggie King. Again, he was selected the pick before the one you were about to make. So, he was selected 11th. Phoenix willing to give him up for 12. And, I mean, you take on a little bit of salary. They end up taking forward generated dude Brent Bailey. Milwaukee at 13 take Andre Turner. Nets at 14 are going to trade the pick. No, they're not. They take William Bedford. Phoenix at 15, or Philly at 15. Ooh, that's tough. Philly snags Drazen the pick before Cleveland's back on the board. No trade offer, so you got to be making the pick here. Got a generated dude in Chris Washburn. Jim Les. Starter bench. Brad Sellers, John Sally. Mark Larry. Thompson, Nate McMillan. Wasn't too bad from this draft, and I know you guys have talked about a point guard. Kevin Duckworth. Was Chris Washburn a real dude? Let me see. He just doesn't have a face like everybody else. Yeah, he was real. He was terrible. He only played 72 games. That would explain it. Duckworth, Johnny Newman was okay out of this draft, but you don't know how they've been rated by the game. What do you guys think? I'm seeing some shouts for John Sally. What do you guys think? Do you bother for position of need? Gotta make the pick. Who's it gonna be? That's McMillan. Shows up as a starter bench, if you can trust it. Same as old Jim. Any other shouts based off of who we looked at? All right. John Williams, all-star bench, potentially. All right. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Jim Les? Is it going to be John Sally? John Williams? Or Nate McMillan? Have been the names that have been shouted out. Who's it going to be, chat? Who's it going to be? You just miss out on getting Drazen with this pick. John Williams, really good at music composition. It's true. That is true. A lot of love for John Williams so far. Is that going to change? It's not looking like it. Late push for old John Sally, but it looks like. Looks like. We have our winner. Looks like it is going to be John Williams. I mean, has a ceiling of an all-star. Not a bad player, and he is 19. And out of LSU. I mean, Shaquille O'Neal went to LSU, so you never know. Yeah, Williams is the pick. There you go. We will sim to the next pick, which does not exist. So there we go. That is the 86 draft. Len Bias. They put him at an 82. I think that's fair, to be honest, based off his hype level. Brad Daugherty, Price, Rodman at a 76, Chuck Person at a 79. God, they only put Jeff Hornacek at a 73. Like, dude, he was the best player of that draft. The fuck? Well, apparently I fucked up, but... Roberta custom draft class. Guess I should have gone for Ron Harper or Kenny Walker. I can't believe they rated Jeff Hornacek that badly. Hopefully he turns around fast. And then you guys ended up with Scott Skiles. And Williams rocking a 72. Not bad. Washburn was a 75. John Sally did go in the first round. There you go. Meg, it's not. Why would I care who the hell you guys pick with the 16th selection? So Scotty Skiles, B+ potential at 22 years old and a 73. He's a good defender and a good playmaker. And then John Williams, B+ potential at 19 and a 72 overall. He's got a ways to go. Good interior scorer, though. For the Bulls, Hornacek. I'm still going to sign him, but I'm pretty salty. Pretty salty that the game rated him that poorly. In terms of team and player options, you guys have a choice. Sam Perkins, 2-year team option. Can't imagine you want to let go of him. 25B and a 79. And Randolph Valentine. Randolph's not really going to get much better than he is, but he is cheapish. Could go for them. For me, Jesus Christ. Let me know what you guys think about one, both. What do you think? Daryl Ellis. I'm sorry. Shrek. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Mike Brown. Okay, Mike Brown's just not going to make it. Mike Brown is very bad. Daryl Ellis, though. Hooked on Dugonix. He's trash. Gary Scurry. We'll keep Scurry. We'll keep Ellis. Joel Wesley. Nah. Sam Barber. We'll keep him. And chat's electing to keep both of their guys. There we go. There we go. There we go. In terms of qualifying offers, you guys got Lamont Dennis. He's not very good. I mean, he's wanting way too much at 255 for that price to think, oh, he might develop. And then for me, Tim McCormick. I'm going to be letting go on Tim McCormick. That's just too expensive. Sorry, Timmy. You want too much money. So, I have 680 80K, also known as 80 Cray. You guys are currently under, so you won't be able to go after anybody early on, depending on the cap hold situation. And because of the cap hold situation for me, I'm also probably not going to go after anybody unless there's someone with a crazy potential that's younger and outside of Doc Rivers, who still wants too much money, or Clyde Drexler, or that guy that sucks. Yeah, not going to be anything we can do here. So for myself, I'll be letting go of Oldham, letting go of Wesley, clear out all that cap space. For you guys, Spinarkle, no reason to hold on to him. Dennis, or Lister, for that matter. Roy Hinson's the interesting one, where it's like, do you want to spend that money to keep Roy Hinson around? I mean, promising player, but he is second choice on your team now. That's the big question you guys got to answer. I mean, technically, you could cap hold Lister, not Sonny Liston, but Alton Lister, and Hinson. What do you think? Or you could just say, hey, move on from Hinson. Because he's probably going to be more expensive than what you're seeing on the board there. So let me know, chat. What do you think about Roy Hinson? Try to re-sign him or let him go and see who else you might be able to get. Yeah, and he's not even a starter for you right now, so keep one to try to flip. I mean, you had a trade offer for Hinson early in the year, and you didn't even take it. All right, this is going to go to a vote. This is going to go to a vote. Hinson. Keep. Let go. No additional votes for this one. Just see it straight up. What do you think? What are you going to do with old Roy? Old Roy Hinson. What's it going to be? No secondary votes, so people can't be complaining about rigging the votes or anything like that. Just what's it going to be? Democracy's been saved. Has it, though? Has it? What about capitalistic democracy? Think of the super PACs. Think of the super PACs. Close vote, but it looks like Let Go is going to win it. Looks like it. And indeed. All right. All right, so we got to wait until the end of the moratorium phase. Okay, so that leaves chat with only 200 grand in cap room, which basically means you're out for any of the big names. If there's anybody with the potential that might not totally suck, like an age and an overall that might not totally suck, but that is not looking likely. Like at best, it'd be someone like Jonathan Hart, Rick Cunningham. I mean, basically, chat, there's no move for you this year. For the Bulls, I got the money to go after pretty much anybody. The problem is these two already play in a position where I already have a good player. So I can't guarantee that my coach would split them up. And then anybody else, even like Doc Rivers, probably not going to be good enough to be the Batman. I will just be stuck with two Robins. I don't really think that helps me out either. And again, trying to flip players hasn't really worked out that well. Threat's not bad. I don't think he'll hit his peak potential anytime soon, though. He does want under $1 million, though. That's not bad. How good is Antoine Carr? B-. He's not going to get much better than what he's at right now. As much as it's nice to have the money to spend, I don't think it's worth spending the money currently. I mean, nice to be able to find a star or two, but it just doesn't make sense for me right now, so I'm going to completely hold off as well. This will be a year to save cap space for both of us. And look to the future. In terms of the signings, Terry Cummings went to the Utah Jazz. Adrian Dantley to the Clippers. Clyde Drexler stays with the Blazers. Williams, Dennis Johnson stays. Jeff Rulin. Lot of players either moving to or sticking around in the Western Conference, which in theory is good news for us long term. I mean, that Western Conference right now is so stacked up. It's crazy. Player progression, no improvement for Derek Smith. Manute Bol did go up by 5. Perkins by 1. Valentine by 2. And then you got some regression from some other players. So, not the prettiest picture right now for the Cavs, except if you're trying to be bad, which you are. So, it's looking good. For the Bulls, Watley gets better. Hot Rod Williams, Dudley. I still got to find a way to flip Woolridge and Rollins, especially because they're both on the final year of their deals. I'm running into some trouble in that regard. Do we have a 1987 class? Which would include one Reggie Miller. He is not currently in the game otherwise. Show me a 1987. Draft with Miller has the most downloads so far. That'll be the one. Granted, this guy's showing up a lot, though. I respect that. I think I should start using his stuff. You'll like it. Yeah, we'll go with the common theme, though. Sorry, going with the typical crowd of, hey, what's the most downloaded? That'll be the one. So in terms of the power rankings this year, Mavericks still projected to be number 1. No shit. Let's see. Bulls at 18. Cavs dead last in terms of projection. Right where you guys were wanting to be. In terms of the mock draft, don't know if it'll happen that way. Don't know if it'll happen that way at all. What the hell? Horace Grant, Kenny Smith, Scottie Pippen, David Robinson. It said it added Reggie. Did that guy lie and not actually add a Reggie? Oh, the guy lied and didn't actually add a Reggie. Are you kidding? What are you doing, man? Did I pass him? Was he up there? He's there? Because there's Reggie Williams. There's Reggie Lewis. There's no Reggie Miller. There is supposed to be a Reggie Miller. So this guy blew it. Well, is what it is. We got bamboozled. We got bamboozled. That sucks. Look further down. He wasn't there. He wasn't there, unfortunately. This roster had no note of him. It did, though. It said with Reggie Miller. Right on it. This one literally said with Reggie Miller. Right on the damn thing. Unless I clicked the wrong one, but I'm fairly certain I didn't. If I were to hit save as, when did that save? That definitely auto-saved once we got there. That was the one you didn't download. That's not true. So wait, was this the one that I gave the chance? That was the one with less downloads. No, it wasn't. The one with the most downloads literally said with Reggie. And then there was the other one where I said, nah, I'm not going to give it a chance because it has less downloads, whatever. Go to scouting. Go to edit player. There is no scouting under edit player unless you're talking about literally changing it. Go to edit player and you can literally re-download. Are you sure? Scouting. Prospect scouting. And try to edit the player. Aha! Thank God. You're a lifesaver, CWP. You're a lifesaver. All right. Well, it's time to give this son of a bitch draft with Miller. Fuck you. Can I report this? I don't have any way to report this, do I? Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. All right, let's go after this guy's ratings after all. Mr. Huff's Hoops. Will you at least have a Reggie Miller? Yes. Okay, good. Jesus Christ. Download the Cobra. No, I didn't. Prove it. Clip it. Because no, I didn't. Here, I'll put it to the test, Fox, and then when you're wrong, you could kiss my entire ass, all right? You ready? You better be confident in those claims, or you're kissing my entire ass. We downloaded this one. The first time with Miller. Ain't no Reggie. Right? Ain't no Reggie Miller. We got Reggie Lewis. We got Reggie Williams. Ha 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 ha. He wasn't there last time, and you know it. He wasn't there. I'm telling you. You saw it with your own eyes. He wasn't there last time. He wasn't there last time. I don't believe it. Fake news. Fucking fake news. He wasn't on the scout. Yeah, also, he's listed at 26 years old. Pretty sure Reggie Miller wasn't scouted at 26 years old. So we're going back to our boy Cobra here. Old J. Cobra R. Cobra R. By God, that's Cobra. By God, that's Cobra. Reggie Lewis, Reggie Williams, Reggie Miller. We're going with Cobra. Cobra. I am hereby committing to the Cobra rosters. There you go. Anyway, now it's showing Reggie Miller as the number one, as opposed to who the fuck was it showing last time? Horace Grant. I saw that rise. Hey, Horace Grant's at the top. Fuck you. According to the city manager, there's no proof of people eating pets. They're eating the pets. All the pets. Just nomming them down. Fucking A. Anyway, random controversy aside, what a situation we find ourselves in. Anyway, Chats Cavaliers at this point, Scotty Skiles and Quinn Buckner. At shooting guard, Norm Rodman. And it has almost says 20 here, but he would have been 22 and 87. Well, son of a... Who can you trust then? I can't trust anybody. Mother dick, you're telling me his fucking age is wrong. Reggie Miller. Head of prospect. We're checking this shit. We are checking it. Show me a 1965 birthday, goddammit. Vitals. Age at the start of first season. Maybe he did it that way for a reason. Maybe. I'm going to put him at 21, and then he should be 22 by the start of next year, right? Age at the start of first season, those should be... Anyway... Who knew Reggie Miller was going to cause so much trouble, huh? Who knew? At forward, you guys still have Derek Smith. Paul Thompson's just kind of hanging out. John Williams and his wonderful music. And Reggie King. There's too many fucking Reggies. At power forward, Sam Perkins, Lonnie Shelton, and Ben Puckett. Your centers, Manute Bol, Randolph Valentine, and Jeff Cook. They're a team. My Bulls at this point, Ennis Watley, Franklin Wingate, and Gerard Finley. Shooting guards, Sam Barber, Cameron Dudley, and Jeff Hornacek, because this game sucks. That's just a 2K thing. That's not even a custom class thing. Like, there was no reason for Jeff Hornacek to be that lowly rated, but I'll accept it. Forwards, Orlando Woolridge, Rod Higgins, Rory White, and Kerry Scurry. Power forward, Hot Rod Williams, and Pete Verhoeven, and his lovely mustache. And at center, Tree Rollins with Daryl Shrek Ellis. Worth noting as well, the draft pick scenario. The Cavs potentially going to have 4 first-round picks. You finally have your first-round picks back. 3 picks, though, with protections. So, I mean, if you don't end up with 4 first-round picks this year, you could technically end up with 4 next year, right? Could happen. Could happen. We will set up your block, I'd imagine, the same way you had it set up previously. Try to get rid of the old dudes, right? And keep some of the younger dudes around for now. And if you get trade offers for the younger dudes, explore them. But for the most part, just try to get rid of these dudes. Although I can't imagine Reggie King will fetch you much at this point. So any disagreements on that, let me know. For the Bulls, oh God, what am I doing for the Bulls? What's Ennis Watley's potential at this point? B, he's kind of capping out at this point. I gotta get rid of some people, man. I gotta get rid of some people. Yeah, if Sam Barber can go, oh my God, we got like everybody must go. Everybody. Yeah, rock your body. Yeah, Backstreet's back. All right. Maybe it's try and Simeon Hornacek at a slow start. Like maybe. Hopefully. All the better that we end up with Reggie. Bitch, you don't know what Reggie you're gonna get. There's 7 of them. There's fucking 7 of them. Oh, 9-man rotation. Watley, Hornacek, Woolridge, Hot Rod, and Tree Rollins. Not bad. For Chat's Cavs, Buckner, Rodman, Derek Smith, Sam Perkins, and Manute Bol. I mean, in theory, not bad. Yeah, you just got to find kind of the point guard to really break out. I mean, Scott Skiles is getting some playing time, but your coach doesn't have him as the starter over Buckner, so the sooner Buckner gets dealt for you guys, the better. I'm so upset about that fucking Reggie Miller debacle. I'm frustrated about the Miller debacle because I swear I didn't click on the other one. But it's fine. Both teams are trash. Crash by design. Because both teams missed out on Olajuwon and Jordan and Charles Barkley in year 1. So, yeah. Literally by design, both teams are terrible. By design. Fortunately, neither team's getting a trade offer early on here, which could be bad news as the season moves on. Okay, well, there's the offer for Woolridge I've been waiting for, but unfortunately, it's for 32-year-old John Drew and 32-year-old Mitch Kupchak. So, no. I'd rather lose the guy for nothing. I'd rather lose the guy for nothing. Woolridge and Dudley. We got Sam. Ooh, Sam Bowie, though. This might be the one to take. Probably going to lose Woolridge anyway. He's 26 years old, 88 overall. He's a great player. Cameron Dudley, 23, 76, A-. That's not bad. But for Sam Bowie, I mean, he's 25. Walter Davis is 32. I can't do it. I like the people who are interested in Woolridge, just no one's offering me a pick. That's what I need. Oh, wow, Ralph Sampson, though. Holy shit. I was going to say, me give up a first rounder. However, how old's Ralph? 26. Jesus Christ. How good's Rodney McRae? He's 25. So McRae would instantly be Woolridge's replacement at that position. And we'd give up a first rounder from Phoenix, essentially to get Ralph Sampson. Fucking 7'4" Ralph Sampson. The problem is, I think the team is probably bad enough. I got no way to check record right now. can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, I'm 7-20. Like, Ralph Sampson's not turning me into a title winner this season. Interesting offer that I received from the Pacers. They want Hot Rod Williams and a second-round pick in this year's draft. Hot Rod is up to a B-plus potential. 24 years old and a 78. For Frank Brzykowski, but also a 1988 lottery-protected pick, so it could be an 89 first. I mean, Brzykowski plays the same position, steals up at the end of the year, he's older. So basically, do I want to build around Hot Rod Williams, or hope that I mean, that's probably going to end up being an 89 first-round pick. In that 88 draft, you're talking, I mean, non-lottery pick. Not a ton necessarily. I'd probably end up with like a Harvey Grant or like someone like that at best. That 89 class. Vlade Divac, Cliff Robinson, Sean Kemp. Odds are that's an 89 first rounder. Can't imagine it's an 88. If it is, though, it's a late ass 88, and that's a big I can't do it because it's a late 88. That ends up being an 88 pick instead of an 89. We're gonna get fleeced on that. So, Hot Rod, you're sticking around, buddy. You are sticking around. I can't imagine chat's gonna want to trade Manute Bol, but 23-year-old Cecil Mills, B- potential, and Tyrone Corbin at a C+. I will already decline that for chat because I know you're not going to take it. I at least got to look at this. Tree Rollins and Cameron Dudley for Daryl Dawkins and Tim McCormick. I mean, it gets me someone with a little bit more contract control over Tree Rollins, and then maybe I find a way to trade Dawkins next year. Dudley is improving a bit. And, of course, we let go of Tim McCormick previously. I'm going to say no to that as well. None of these deals are just quite hitting the way they need to. Fuck, I might have to take this one, though. At least get something for Orlando Woolridge before he leaves. AC Green, who was just drafted recently. Only a C+. John Gregg, also a C+. Decent ratings for those two. I have waited for so long to get an actual good first-round pick offer for Woolridge, and I haven't gotten it. I can't afford to have him on my team in the back half of the season. I got to take it. Just the right offer never came. But I'll move Woolridge because the deadline's next week. I got no choice. Got to at least get something for him. Chat gets an offer here. Sam Perkins and a second and 89 for Dave Corzine and a first in 1990. Perkins 25B and a 79. Corzine's 30. Has an extra year left to try and flip him. Perkins right now is your starting power forward. You don't really have anybody else in waiting. So, I mean, you can continue to kind of build up with Sam Perkins being a decent power forward on the team. Or cash out for a 1990 first-round pick. And then potentially be able to flip Dave Corzine later on. We'll throw it to a vote. We will throw it to a vote here, chat. There's an argument for both sides. It all depends on how much you like Sam Perkins versus how much you want to risk it for the 1990 drafts. So we'll see what you think here. We'll see what you think. It's a democracy because it's your team. So it is your team at the end of the day. And it is looking like an overwhelming yes to send Sam Perkins in a second to Portland for Dave Corzine and a first-round pick in 1990. That's going to be a done deal. That is a done deal. Another first-round pick there for chat. And it makes sense to immediately put Corzine, who is behind Manute Bol still, so you're not even threatening Manute here. Just check my block really quickly. Tree Rollins is still there. Greg, AC Green, Dudley. Get rid of Higgins at his age. I will. Any other deals before we're up? Trade offer for Watley against Calvin Nat. He is 30. That's a lot of money to try and flip somebody. I'm going to say no to that, even if I lose Ennis Watley. And that is it. So through the deadline then for another year. Through the deadline for another year. Bulls already up to 40 losses. Check on the Cavs in a minute. After we get a look at any late contracts. For the Bulls, Watley is going to leave. Higgins is going to leave. Scurry, I can't do anything yet. Darrell Ellis, I can't do anything yet. Tree Rollins is going to leave. Wingate, Verhoeven, Finley, Greg. Okay, not much I can do. For you guys, Jeff Cook. Don't know why you'd want to keep him. Don't know why you'd want to keep any of these guys. Yeah, I mean, you're good to just let all these dudes go. Valentine's not going to get much better. His overall is apparently plummeting. Could be a morale thing. But that is some freed up salary coming up. You guys, by the way, are at 5-54. 5-54. We are the two worst teams in the league. Can you tell we both had to take a similar approach after that first year draft? We very much did. We very much did. Let's see how this plays out as we get ready to move to yet another draft. As, I mean, my God. Yeah, a couple of wins, including one over me. Thanks for that. It's worse than the White Sox. Statistically, is it, though? Yeah, it is. Make it 4 straight MVP awards for Magic Johnson. Jesus. What, is he named after the era or something? Or is the era named after him? The Rookie of the Year, what could have been? It's Len Bias. Sixth Man of the Year, Herb Williams for the Seattle Supersonics. Defensive Player of the Year, Hakeem Olajuwon. I told you to expect it pretty much every season. Most Improved, Terry Porter of the Atlanta Hawks. Coach of the Year, Dallas's Josh Ball. They won 73 games. Executive of the Year, Dallas's Gabriel Thomas. First team All-NBA is Magic, Michael, Larry, Charles Barkley, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Holy hell. What a 5 that would be. Your all-defensive team is Jordan, Moncrief, Del Bledsoe, Larry Bird, and Olajuwon. Your all-rookie team, Len Bias, Brad Daugherty, Scotty Skiles. Up there for you guys, Kenny Walker, and Jeff Hornacek. As you would expect, neither of our teams made the playoffs. Not even close. Let's get a look at the numbers here for the Cavs this year. Led in scoring by Derek Smith. What a season, though, huh? What a season. Scott Skiles, 12 points, 4 assists, almost 5. That was, they're a team. They are a team. I feel like that's the best way to phrase it. Good Lord. The Bulls, not much better. Hot Rod Williams ended up being our leading scorer after the deadline. Couple of players in the mix, but yeah, both of our teams trying to figure it out. Both of our teams trying like hell to figure it out. Let's see who's going to make it. Dallas, Denver, Philly, and Boston. It is Dallas and Philadelphia. Dallas looking for the three-peat. And they got it. They drafted Olajuwon, and Dallas has now won 3 straight titles. Scumbag wins MVP. 3 different MVP winners as well. Olajuwon, Aguirre, and this piece of shit. The Dallas Mavericks might not be stoppable. I could easily see this era going another 10 years or so for our teams. I really could. Bob McAdoo's gone. Lionel Hollins. Some filler as well. Eric Fernstein. I was at the Rookie of the Year trophy because I think this game's a little bit buggy. Well, chat, what a time for the lottery rules to change again. Top 3 picks are done via random weighted draw. We're both going to be in the top 3. The Bullets changed their logo, uniforms, and floor. It's another uniform and floor change for the Bulls. Cleveland also changes their look, as do the Knicks. So what a time for the lottery to change with both of us in the situation that we are currently in. Meaning, we both have a long... Oh my God, chat. Golden State, was that top 3 protected or top 10? I'm thinking you're not keeping the Golden State pick. It was top 3? Okay. So you need to root for your pick to stay top 3 and for the Golden State pick to stay out of the top 3. 10-3 was the Celtics? Okay, then you're probably not getting the Golden State pick no matter what then, if that is the case. 7th overall belongs to the Phoenix Suns. Meaning the Clippers have moved to the top 3, and that's going to fuck over one of us, if not both of us. The 6th overall pick belongs to Golden State. That was your previous pick. That means the Spurs. Oh, good. So we're going to get fucked. 2 teams have jumped into the top 3, meaning at best one of us has avoided the dicking. Milwaukee picks at 5, so we're both still in the top 4. But one of us, actually that was Milwaukee that fell out first, so one of us is about to be here at pick number 4, and it is my Chicago Bulls. So chat stays in the top 3. But will they end up with the top pick after 2 teams jumped into that top 3? Or bad lottery luck for yours truly. The Clippers land at 3. Chat's in the top 2. I've never seen the reporter say that. That's hilarious. Spurs and Cavs. Who will have the number 1 pick? The answer is the San Antonio Spurs. Cleveland drops down to 2. So neither of us win the lottery as per usual, but you are guaranteed a good player. Turns out David Robinson might be going to San Antonio after all.